Hello, my name is Starlight. Welcome to my YouTube channel, and I'm reaching out to all of you beautiful souls out there. I hope you're getting out in nature, and where I am right now, it's sprinkling, and that didn't start Starlight, stop Starlight. So I am out here, and I really hope that you are getting out in nature. I do have my umbrella, but I said, you know what? I have my butterfly pants on today. I'll just show you really quick. My Starlight's beautiful butterfly pants. Today is supposed to be pouring rain, and I said, today I really don't care. You know, I'm in that mood today that, you know what? I got my old sneakers on. I'll just show you really quick what my old sneakers look like. So I am ready today to just get soaking wet. I don't even care today. I really just needed to get out in nature somewhere, and this is a new hike and trail that I picked today. Well, I didn't pick, the universe picked for me. So anyway, I love all of you, and no matter what the weather is, you could still enjoy your day. And I don't listen to the weather people. They are like, oh yeah, it's supposed to be pouring out. I'm getting out there anyway today. So anyway, I love all of you, and I hope you're getting out in nature. And you know, it is so important to make sure that you are loving yourself and have yourself be first. You know, make it a priority in your life, really, to take care of you. Yeah, you know, and you. Make sure you take care of yourself before you go and try to save anybody else or help anybody, like Starlight. Like Starlight has to take care of herself first before she can save the world. So anyway, I do love all of you, and if you are new to my YouTube channel, welcome. And you could find me on on YouTube, and that is Starlight, and that is Kathy with a K Dingman. Plus, if you want to see and be that change that you want to see in the world, you could give this video a thumbs up and share. Please share these videos. You know, that really will help, not just me for my YouTube channel, but it will help other people. You know, don't you want to see a change in the world? So by sharing these videos is going to help other people to find these videos so they can get the kind of answers and help that they need to say, hey, yeah, you know what? We can change this world around, you know, but Starlight can't do it by herself. And the few people that I know on YouTube, we need other people, to do this. I know they had the story about somebody out by the ocean trying to save all these starfish, and they're like, wow, how can I save them all? But as long as we get out there, not that we are going to save them all, is that at least we can save some. So please share these videos with friends or family, or on Facebook or wherever you can. On mosquitoes are hungry is on social media somewhere. Also, you can leave a message down below, beep, beep, beep. And thank you so much for all of you, you who leave Starlight a message. It's so important. And also, I have my bell with me, but don't forget the notification bell, ding, ding, ding. That way you don't miss any videos. And you can also subscribe to my YouTube channel. Plus, you could follow me on Instagram, and that is at 1995 Starlight, or on Facebook, and that is Kathy with a K Dingman Starlight. So here I am on another hike and trail. It might have took me a while. I've been up early today, so but I am out here. Beep. So here we are. Starlight really loves hiking trails that have actual dirt instead of wood. I want to get more connected with Mother Gaia, so it is beautiful to actually have a ground to walk on. A lot of places out here in Florida do have wood, which to me is kind of, like, I understand there's a lot of little creatures out here like salamanders and There might be some people that are afraid of the salamanders, but after a while you do get used to it. And Starlight loves all these little creatures out here, so it doesn't bother Starlight. But anyway, today I do want to help some of you out. You might be struggling with this, and I do have people out there that are struggling with this, and this is why it's on my heart to do this video. Darn it. Is today I wanted to talk to you about, are you in the past, are you, like still in the past, maybe you have had like a horrible childhood, and I know there's many, a lot of us have had that, me included, is that, you might have not had the greatest past, as far as like family members go or whatever. I'm gonna go check this little pond out over here. So, it could, when I talk about the past, it could be how you were raised, how you were brought up, it could be the way your mom and dad was, like your brothers or sisters or relatives in the family or even friends of the family. This is really beautiful. Boy, hang on, I'll just zoom this out a little bit. Nope, I think that's about as zoom out as it's gonna zoom in, zoom out, I guess. But this is so beautiful. So with our past is, do you still have memories? And we all do, is about the past of how, certain things kind of trigger, memories, of the past, maybe your childhood or certain relatives or people or places or sounds or, like there's so many things in life that can trigger all of us, like a song. I know Starlight's got a song that really, I have to hurry up and turn the radio off because, I can't listen to that song. I won't listen to that song. And, we're even, it's crazy to think this, but sometimes holidays definitely, well, that's not really that crazy, but holidays can trigger a lot of past memories, and now that I'm speaking about this, I know like you probably have pictures in your mind, and things going on in your headspace, of different things as I'm speaking, like certain holidays, especially when I say holidays, is because holidays, wraps around with our family members or loved ones, like a husband, wife, boyfriend, girlfriend. So, it is tough when those things pop up, and Starlight, believe me, for the longest time in her life, since I was a little child, all the way up until, I would have to say, about 2 years ago, or actually, yeah, I would have to say 2 or 3 years ago, where Starlight couldn't get through a day without like something triggering her and thinking about the horrible stuff that happened in my past, whether it was my family, which that's where most people do get hurt, is by the ones that are closest to you. So it's not really, a lot of times it's not about the strangers that we don't know. Not saying that that doesn't affect some of you, because there are definitely stories of people that, were strangers that have done something. But most of the time, it definitely, in my life, I have to say, it's been always somebody I knew, somebody that I was very close to. Those are the people that have hurt me and that hurt me the most. Really out of a total stranger, I've had a couple things that has happened because it's somebody I met and I really didn't know that well. Yeah, I've had definitely things like that has happened to Starlight. But I would have to say, 97% of the things that has, the people that have done anything into Starlight's life has been people that were, that are supposed to love me. So as I'm speaking, you're probably thinking of different family members and people in your past, and I really don't want you to think about the past. And I know it's easy for me to say that, but I have a beautiful spirit being out there that really helped me to get through this. And there's times that what we have to do, they always say to, gotta let go of the past. And I heard that my whole life, like people would, like, because I was needing to get healed, and I had people that said, oh, you gotta let go of the past, you gotta let go of the past. Well, I was trying to figure out, how do I get healed if I don't sort it out? How do I help myself? How do I get help through this? How do I, stop thinking about the past? And not saying that I never think about it, because that would be quite impossible. Quite impossible is to just like act like it never happened. But what you want to do is, what I learned from my mentor, is to stay in the now. And I heard that, and I heard lots of videos about staying in the now, staying in the present moment, and that was a battle for me. So I have to let you know that it takes time. It doesn't happen overnight, because by what I realized is, by me staying in the now and letting go of things and people that no longer serve you. So that's a part of letting go, is letting go of the past, and I know a lot of you are like, because it happened to Starlight before, is, I kept on asking throughout my life, is, why did this happen to me? And I didn't know until my mentor had taught me, is, it's not why did that happen, it's what was the universe, what was God trying to show you. Isn't it so beautiful out here? So that is the thing that you want to ask if you need healing and you're hurting from something that happened a long time ago. See how great God is. They scare people on the, I'm going to zoom this in a little because the background is really beautiful out here. They try to scare people with the weather, and I could, those little bit of sprinkles that landed on my car, I could have said, oh, it's going to be a pouring raining day today, I better not go hiking. But Starlight's like, no, I don't even care if I get poured on today. It's warm out in my area. So look at this. I love reflections like this. So it is not easy to let go of the past, but what really helped me out because of my mentor is when I let go of those people that did really hurt me, or that the people that were not loving me and supporting me, in my life, where, they were using me, is that I realized, I was letting go of the past when I let go of them, and I didn't know this in the beginning, but when I say let go of, people and things that no longer serve you, like if it's your close family members, like your mom, dad, brothers, sisters, uncles, aunts, cousins, not my cousin, but grandpa, grandma, if any of those family members, or a really close friend that has done something really horrible to you, and it could be a number of things, because people go through a lot of different kind of abuse, or, being used or whatever, is when you let them go, is especially like family members, is, like I didn't know this at first. I let all of them go, and I thought, hey, I'm never going to see you again the rest of my life. Well, I had to learn, like it took me some time to really put things together and understand things. Later on, I got messages as to, let go of those people. Like if your mom or dad abused you or neglected you, and, shit happened to you when you were a kid, or maybe your brothers or sisters or whoever in your past, if they were abusive to you because of neglect or whatever, is to, I got a friend over here, this little squirrely guy or girl. Sorry, Starlight. I don't think Starlight has any food with her. But, maybe I got some peanuts. Look at you. So yeah, is you let them go, and there's going to be times like what I did is I blocked a lot of people off my phone or on my Facebook account, and then I realized that later on that God did want me to let them go. And if they do call you up, you know, you don't have to actually go to their house. Is what I was learning is that you can, like you can control things instead of going to their house and having them use you all over again or abuse you or all that stuff. Is, if they call you up, talk a little bit and then say, hey, I gotta go. Do it at a time that it's like, hey, I'll call at this time because Starlight loves to be honest. It's not always easy to be honest, so don't make up lies, because God does not like that, when we make up lies. But say, hey, you know what? I got a doctor's appointment. I got to leave my house at a certain time. You can either call them up and just say hello to them, let them know that you're there, but you don't have to like be on the phone for hours with that person. And just let it be, and you don't have to call a lot. And that is what I had to learn. I wasn't talking to my family for years or whoever, and then I realized that here and there I would just communicate a little bit, very little bit, and like, all right, I gotta go. And I wasn't lying, I wasn't deceiving anybody, I was being truthful. But this is the time that you could speak your mind, and if they don't, they need to hear what you got to say. So don't be afraid to ever use your voice, because that is so important, to stand up for yourself and not to let people deceive you or trick you by trying to twist things around and putting all the blame on you. So be wise of what you let go in your ear. And if they start up stuff and they say, hey, sorry, but I have to go, I am not talking about this, so it's so important, if you want to grow spiritually and be that change that you want to see in the world, we have to let go of the past. We can't keep on hanging on the past, because it's going to drag us down and it's going to pull us away from where God really wants us, so because it's a negative energy and it's toxic energy, especially if you've gone through a lot, and it is hard. So really, if you could put, like, I made even a little cube out of artwork about stay in the now, stay in the present, and that's what you really want to do, is to stay in the present moment. Let go of the past. It's not easy, like I said, and be around, find people, or even pray about this, because I do this, is pray for people of like-mindedness, like people, if you're trying to learn about spirituality, try to get involved with stuff like that, because it's going to really help you out. And doing the I am affirmations, I was doing that on the way here, because you would not believe it. It's I don't even know what time it is, but it might be around 9 o'clock or a little earlier than that, and already Starlight's been getting signs from the universe. 777 3 times already in a not even an hour time. So something's coming in Starlight's life. But I just wanted to throw that in this video, as I've been seeing these numbers repeatedly, and it's amazing. But numbers are so important, where you can get information. Like I have that video about, are you searching for guidance? So if you really don't know what I'm talking about with these repeated numbers, or numbers that stand out, it's the way that the universe does communicate with us. And you really got to check that video out. But also the I am affirmations, I was doing that this morning, is, like my mentor said, number 3 is very powerful, and I agree. I knew this before, but is number 3 is very powerful number. A lot of times they do things in threes, and so you could do the I am affirmations, like I am happy, I am happy, I am happy, I am financially free, I am financially free, I am financially free. So do those I am affirmations, like positive stuff, and that's how you're gonna really help yourself to let go of the past. But you gotta, you also have to forgive those people. Did I say that? Yeah, Starlight said that. You have to learn to forgive those people that have done wrong to you in your life, because in the Bible it does say is if you want God to forgive you, you got to forgive other people in order for, that's how this goes, is that you got to let that go. You got to, even though there's times that we're not going to understand why somebody did something, but that's why it's so important to ask the universe or God, whatever name you have for the creator, is ask, what are you trying to show me? Why, you might have been an innocent child that didn't do anything, didn't ask for it, you didn't do anything to cause this to happen in your life. And that is the case in a lot of people, a lot of, kids' lives that are adults now. Is, and my answer to that, which it took my whole life to figure that out because of my mentor, and my mentor is so beautiful, and his channel is Infinite Waters, and that's Ralph Smart. So you really want to check him out because you'll get a whole lot of help from him, and he dives deep and he is real. So and he keeps it real. So you can always reach out to him, and because he's a psychologist, so he's got years of experience working with people, and so you can reach out to him. But really, you have to forgive those people, and this is Starlight always really believed this her whole life is you might be holding guilt and holding all this negative energy in your body and your spirit, and you might feel like you might have caused something to happen, or maybe you did something when you were younger, where you feel guilty, and you gotta forgive yourself for anything, because the past is, when I talk about the past, it doesn't mean always that somebody did you wrong. Maybe you were the one that did something that you feel guilty about. Maybe you're the one that did something that you didn't know was, because sometimes, people sometimes don't believe this, but sometimes people do things they weren't taught that was wrong. So they found out the hard way that it was wrong. Some people, their way of being is not like everybody else. The way they think is not, the way they think is not like the way you and I would think, because if they did not get brought up right, depending on what their family did and what they didn't do. So some families out there weren't being taught from their ancestors and their family members, where they brought things into their families. And I'm going to say some things out loud here, because I want to be real with all of you. I don't want to really hold back. I've held back all my life about saying what's on my mind and heart, we're going to bring up a really big topic, and this happened in the Bible times, long time ago. And we're going to really throw this out, and it's tough for me to do this, but I'm going to spit this out here, is incest, like where family members, are having sex with other family members. And in the Bible, that is, like people will say about, like Adam and Eve, how it all started like that, where there's, it started off like that to start the, like the people in the world. And there was a point where God said, no more, that is it, and then, there's still been people and families that would go with their close relatives, and there's a certain, God has certain rules and laws that you're not supposed to do certain, go with certain family members. So, sometimes there's family members that weren't taught that through their families, and they didn't know any different. They thought it was okay, and they really did have that love for their relative. And it is really, messed up. You might be someone out there that has been tested, or maybe you've been tempted to go with a family member, and your heart might have been in the right place, and you might have truly loved that person, and thought maybe you couldn't find anybody else in the world. And there's another story about that in the Bible, where these two daughters, that's what it was really, that really was hard for me to read that in the Bible. There was these two daughters that they thought they were the only, they didn't think they were ever going to be able to have babies, and they knew that their father would drink every night. And I don't want to go any further with that story. That's a very hard story for Starlight to even think about. But they thought they had to do something to be able to have babies. But then they found out that, there was other people in the world. And God did not want them to do what they did. God was not pleased with what happened on that. So I had to bring this up because that goes on more in the world than what people would want to even admit to or even discuss. So Starlight is that type of chick that will talk about anything. You got to, except for politics, that is something Starlight really does not know anything about, is politics, but the other things I do know about. So, and I just wanted to bring that up as an example is, you might have been tested or tried, or maybe you've even done something when you were younger and not even realize that, wasn't even taught, that was wrong, so it is so important, to forgive people, because sometimes people do things and they honestly didn't know it was wrong, so, and that's why it's so important to be careful not to judge people, but we have to forgive those people. And if we don't forgive those people, those are like, you're putting blocks in your future. It's like a closed door that there's blessings that God wants to bless you with, but you got to forgive those people, whatever they did. And like I was starting to say earlier, sometimes we go through some, Starlight always gets distracted, but that's a white feather out of nowhere just floating from the sky. It's a sign from the universe. But so yeah, it just like sometimes you go through shit when you're a kid or even in a relationship or whatever, and you didn't do nothing wrong, and it's a lesson, it's something to teach you that don't do this to somebody else, because you know what it feels like. You didn't do anything wrong, and that's a horrible lesson to learn, because Starlight had to learn things like that. I'm like, well, hey, I didn't do anything. What is the universe trying to show me? Well, the universe is trying to show me now, because I know what it feels like. I can help other people out. I can help them. I can guide them and, teach them that, hey, protect your kids, be careful out there. And I do, and that's what my YouTube channel is a lot about, is protecting the little ones, because they need to be protected. So you got to let go of the past. So if you catch yourself like going back in the past and thinking of the horrible stuff, you got to let that go. I love you so much. I really, from the top of my heart to the bottom of my heart, I love you so much. You got to let that go, because that is stopping you from certain things in life, because you're holding on to the past. And so if somebody starts talking about the past, then think of a way that you can change the topic, or say, hey, maybe you gotta, like, hey, I gotta go home, like I gotta let you go now, because you don't want to dread and think about the horrible stuff, because that's an energy that you're bringing back in your life, and the feelings and the emotions and everything that happened, and it's not helping you in your life right now as far as growing and having doors opened up onto you. So you got to let that go. You got to really, it's so serious to stay in the now, stay in the now and be in the present, and that's why yoga is so important. And meditation is so important because it helps you to, or even go out here where I am. Here, it's not pouring out here. I'm so happy that, I listened to my angels this morning and I'm like, I'm just gonna go. I don't care what they say in the news, what they say on the radio about how much rain it is and the wind is gonna, there's, the wind's not, look at the trees. I'm just gonna show you. Do you see any wind? I'm just being funny, but really seriously, it's not even windy over here. So I love you so much. So please, please stop thinking about the past. And it's going to take time. If you get a thought that goes in your headspace, which those thoughts are not your own, and we have a lot of triggers. Be aware of those triggers. Say, ooh, okay, that's a trigger there. I see it. Or, dates and holidays, say, ooh, okay, I'm just going to clear, don't try to fight your, like if you get like a thought, even though they're not your own, is, and it's tough. It takes a lot of mind training, really, is to see it like a cloud. It's not going to stay there in your headspace long. So don't try to fight it. Try to just, see it as a cloud going by and it's just passing through, and let it go. Even the emotions that might come up with that, and those are separate. I thought this was all together. I didn't know, I didn't understand. I thought all my thoughts were my own. They are not your own. When you let go of people that no longer serve you, all those thoughts from those people you're letting go, and it's so important. That's how you're going to heal, and that's how God is going to bless you later on down the road and open up doors. So forgive those people, whatever they did. Forgive yourself if you're the one that did something and hurt somebody. Maybe you didn't know what you did, and maybe, like now you're like, oh, they hate me, I hurt them. You got to really spend some time with yourself and forgive yourself. I'm serious. Love yourself. That's what self-love is about, is to love yourself and forgive yourself of what you did, or what you thought was right, and you found out, oh my, I loved that person, I really didn't mean that, and Starlight hurts people. I'm not innocent. There's somebody out there that I truly am in a higher love. I say things and then later on I'm like, can you forgive me again? Because I'm going through shit, and but it's the right thing to do, is to say I'm sorry to people, when we do something wrong, and to forgive ourselves. Say, hey, can you forgive me? I blinked up. I blanked again. I messed up, so get right with them and get right with yourself. I love you so much, and sorry about Starlight always getting distracted on videos, but that's who I am. So I love you so much. I really hope you get a lot of help from this video, and stay in the now, stay in the present. I love you so much. You can give this video a thumbs up. You can subscribe to my YouTube channel. Plus, don't forget, you can leave a message down below, beep, beep, beep. And don't forget the notification bell, ding, ding, ding. Plus, you can share my videos, share them. Don't forget my playlist, check those out. I have a lot of different topics. Some of them you might be like, what is it? Well, hey, if you don't know what it is, check it out. That's the only, don't let fear guide you, let love guide you. Curiosity, like, what is that? But you do have to not worry, but be careful about being curious, because Starlight's a Curious George here. Is also, you can find me on Instagram, and that is at 1995 Starlight, or on Facebook, and that is Kathy with a K, Dingman Starlight. I love you so much, and I did this. It didn't, it's just a little sprinkle right now. So hey, I did it. I trusted. I'm like, we're going for it. So there's times out there you just got to go for it. Don't hold back. I love you so much. This is Starlight. This is Starlight. Love, light, and peace.